I tell you what, it has been too long since I've heard that opener. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Renatus J.A.M. My name is Jay Stark, and joining me as always is my fearless co-host,
Mr. Matt Snyder.
Mr. Matt Snyder.
It's been way too long since I've heard that too.
We went like 2 solid weeks without doing a jam.
Yeah, we did. And you know what? We should have done one from the boat.
We should have done one from the boat.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
Great ideas in retrospect.
In retrospect. Yeah, no kidding. With everybody there, they could have participated.
Oh, dude, you're hurting my head. That would have been brilliant.
That would have been cool.
That would have been so good.
I just thought about it, like literally as we were on this podcast. So next year, I guess.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Goals next year.
Next year.
Yeah, I bet you guys will never guess where we're going next year.
I don't know where we're going next year.
Well, there you go.
So, yeah, I don't know.
Oh, man. Well,
I don't think anybody does at the moment.
Shh.
It's a work in progress.
Shh. Oh, man. So, Mr. Snyder, it's been weeks since we have, I was going to say talked, but that's not the case at all. It's been
Talked
weeks
here.
since we've talked publicly.
Yes, yeah, it's been a couple 2-3 weeks now. So
what, my friend, is new and or exciting?
well, today or tomorrow marks day one
El numero uno
of the 5-star winner circle
Dun,
contest.
dun, dun.
That's right. So that contest is the first abbreviated contest that we're going to run as well.
It's not it's shorter term.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's what I mean is like it's a shorter term, and I like those. I like that more.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
I really do, because this keeps the excitement level really high the entire time.
And
a lot of people are going to be super engaged. I've already heard from so many market leaders. They're like, I'm ready. This is going to be it. I've got this.
Well, and when we look at like the numbers for the first 3 months or whatever of any of those contests, it's going to go up, and like people switch places much more often than towards the end, because by the end, typically, the trajectory's been set. And so anyways, I think that there's more chance for upset. There's more chance for somebody new to get in there. There's I mean?
Just like you were saying, where this is not a year long.
Yeah.
No one is going to get so far ahead that they will be unreachable in this contest.
Exactly.
Where if you're talking somebody's got a 9-month head start on you.
Yeah.
Catching them is going to be harder.
Yeah, and just looking at where August is, I did a remedial just kind of peek at some things.
You did?
And I'm surprised because it's not going to shape out like it typically does. So not right now, not as of the moment. Like not if things went for the way they have for August.
We love the 5-star winner circle, right?
I do.
What is it that is unique about the 5-star winner circle when we say this is a level playing field? Because we've said that a lot, but what exactly does that mean? Because I think there's still a little bit of confusion around it. Go.
Well, yeah. So we strip out all of the like event fees, overrides, that kind of stuff that people get paid, and it's all about personal production, those personal sales that go in. And so it makes it so, it's kind of anybody's game, because who puts in the most sales wins. It's not, it's not going to go off of anything else. It's not like event fees that get paid out or something are going to be included in it or anything like that.
So the most seasoned PAC member and the ICM who signs up today are on a level playing field. Because the seasoned PAC member, and I mean level playing field, not necessarily in skills and talent, but I mean as far as the contest is concerned, the PAC member has no
advantage other than, I think if somebody signed up today, so they would go through the qualification process. So they, sale for sale, they wouldn't make the same exactly yet.
That's true.
That's true. But of 5-star qualified, so if you got 5-star qualified yesterday,
yep,
you are on an even playing field with everybody else.
So here's the deal. All orders that I enter that pay me directly, or any qualifying orders that pay me directly at the direct level, will count towards my
Yes.
standing.
So if your people that you brought in are
Right.
going through their qualification process and they make a sale, yes, you will.
Right.
You'll get credit for that. You'll get paid for that, and that'll go towards the 5-star.
And then the other part that's really important to remember is that the contest goes from September 1st, and I still can't believe we're at September already.
Oh gosh,
Isn't that
yeah,
crazy?
It is. It's gone by fast.
September 1st all the way to November 30th. So
Yes.
there's a 90-day period.
Yep.
Now, what is the qualification? What do I need to have done by November 30th to make sure that my orders count?
So they need to be paid.
Okay.
So if that's a cashier's check, that means that the cashier's check must have made it into Renatus' hands.
Renatus hands, meaning I just have to give it to my upline.
Nope. It
No.
must have made it here to basically you, probably myself or Danny,
Dano,
right?
yeah.
Like it's because they're all going to Dano, but they've got to make it. If you give it to me or Jay, we'll make sure it gets to Dano and it'll count. But yeah, it's got so it can't be in the mail. It can't be not cut yet, but we
Right.
put the order in and there's a cashier's check, and,
Right.
So it
So if my cashier's check arrives December 1st,
we're gonna
doesn't count.
it counts for the order. So as
But it
far
won't
as-
count towards the
won't-
contest.
yeah, I don't want
The
to
good
mince
news
words.
the good news is you're still going to
You
make
get
sure-
education.
Right.
Yeah, that person still gets their education. So that
yes.
yeah, but it's not going to count towards the 5-star contest. So you need signature, you need order. You need the order placed and the signature in and the payment to have gone through.
Yes.
So that's what you need. Fully
All right.
gone through fully.
Gone through
So
fully.
yeah, you got to.
So
There's
it's gotta be
there's a situation as well, right? If you've got an order and let's say it's just a Extreme Plus combo.
Yep.
Right, and that person puts 10 grand towards it. Well, that order's not complete yet, right? Like it hasn't been paid in full, and so
You're saying that somebody says I want to continue with the discount,
yeah,
right? So they're not going into
yeah,
the billing.
they're paying for it in full.
Right. Oh yeah.
Up
So I
front.
get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It can't be that you put 10 grand in, but the order you haven't met the
20
entire
hasn't, yeah,
amount
exactly.
owed.
Yep.
Right.
So yeah, you want to make
But
sure.
billing orders, if I were to put in a billing order and put the 10K down,
That's what I was gonna say. Is if somebody called me and was like, "Hey Matt, I want to get my order in. I'll have 10 grand for it this week and 10 grand for it next week, and we're in that last week of the contest," I'd put it in as a billing order.
right.
Why not? And then they cash convert.
Right.
So yeah,
Right on.
but that way you get at least credit for the 10.
This
So-
I predict. I feel like I should do a Johnny Carson thing here with the envelope on the head, you know?
Yeah.
But I predict that we are going to see a brand new lineup for the 5-star winner circle.
I mean, yeah, based on August, I'm predicting that too. I'm surprised. I'm surprised to see just like maybe it's a leaders retreat, something. Things got shook up,
Yeah.
and stuff's gonna happen.
Stuff is
Yeah.
already happening.
Yeah, stuff is already happening.
I
yes.
have been contacted by a certain team who shall go nameless at this current time
Okay.
about the many orders they have put in the last week,
Mhm.
and it has been insane. I think there's been like 5 or 6 epics combos that have come out of this team in the last week, and
Yes.
they are cranking,
paid for,
paid in full, and yeah. Anyway, they're cranking.
kicking butt and taking names.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And
Yeah,
yes.
it's fun to see.
It's way fun to see. So we've got the 5-star winner circle, and it begins tomorrow. Now, when we say it runs from September 1st until November 30th, obviously we'll be accepting credit card payments all the way up until
Is it what, midnight that night?
midnight. Let's call it 11:59 p.m.
Well,
Mountain Time.
Yes, yeah. Do we have any like I'm just thinking, I guess we're running it off of the back office. It's a report, so it's not
Yes.
going to matter if the merchants are in a different
Correct.
time zone,
The
so-
merchant, that part won't matter
Alright.
at all. But what
Okay.
will matter is that you get the order entered, get the signature submitted, and get the payment in before 11:59 p.m. the night of the 30th. Now, I would highly recommend, and I cannot recommend this enough. We do this every single time we have a contest. I always tell people, do not delay.
It's
Do
on. It's not even a
not-
contest. It's on everything. It's on,
Right.
purchasing nationals tickets. It's on, leaders retreat. There's always somebody that it's going to be the next morning. It's going to be December 1st, the morning of, and
Yep.
somebody's going to be like, I just put this order in, and
Yeah,
you know.
or they're going to say, "Hey, I got it in by 11:59 Pacific time."
yeah, in California or something.
And it's like, sorry,
Yeah.
that's not the right time
or
zone.
it was 2 a.m.
Right,
in New
right.
York, and that kind of stuff always seems to happen.
And it makes me feel bad every time because
That's why we bring it up, because
Yes.
it breaks my heart, like telling people, no, I'm sorry, and
right. We got to draw the line somewhere,
You
and
do.
this is where the line
you
is.
do, it's the same thing for renewals too. If people don't renew and then they meet the date and then
Oh,
they
yeah.
come back at us like a day late or something,
Yep.
and they're like, hey, I was 5-star, and I'm like, oh no.
So Alvin Lamb asked us this question on Facebook. He says, "So only cash orders and paid billing payments counted toward the contest."
And like if your downline makes a sale, but they're going through
If
qualification
it's
process.
a qualified direct level commission,
Yes, that.
If it's a normal direct level commission, it
Yes.
doesn't matter if it is on a cash order or on a billing order.
Right.
It will count.
Yeah. So exactly. So somebody, let's say if they had $10,000 left to pay off on their billing account,
Mm-hmm.
and they do that during this period, that will count.
So what if I've had an order that was in the system? Let's say I put it in 6 months ago as a billing order, and they make their payment this month.
Yeah, you get that. That goes
counts.
towards counts towards the contest. And if they
All
make a
right.
giant payment, that goes towards the contest.
Giant payment. All
Yeah.
right,
Or if
I
they
like
pay it
that.
off in full, goes towards the contest.
Goes towards the contest.
Yep.
I like it. All right. That's the 5-star winner circle. Super excited for this one to come online. Super excited for everybody. And you know what? Let's do this. I know that we have a promotional video queued up, so go ahead and hit that video.
It's time to get excited for the 2023 5-Star Winner Circle competition. We've leveled the playing field to give you the best chance at winning this exclusive mountain resort getaway. Taste the exceptional dining catered by the best restaurants around. Experience the winter wonderland as you hike, snowmobile, and ATV through backcountry and the greatest snow on earth. Enjoy the awesome power of the indoor gun range. Get personalized training from founder and CEO Bob Snyder. The competition runs from September 1st through November 30th. All orders must be entered, signed, and funded by November 30th to qualify. All ICMs are eligible, only 5 can win. It's time for the 2023 Winter Winner Circle competition to begin.
It's time for the
Nice.
2023 winter. I can't even say it right.
It's all right. It's gonna happen
That's right. It
And I'm
doesn't
looking
take
forward
me
to
saying
it.
it right.
because new lineup. I like to see kind of things freshen up, shaken
Oh,
up.
yeah.
I want to see new successes. I want to highlight new success stories, and I'm very eager to see. I mean, these trips, like I just went on the last one,
Oh, yeah.
and
Rub it
you
in
know,
again.
Well, yeah, but even the leaders retreat, any of these trips
yeah.
that we go on, there's like this intangible quality.
Yes. Oh yeah.
So where you hang out with people and you build those relationships in a way that they're just
You
there's
know
no
what?
other way to do. And so, for instance, there've been people that I've had like a good working relationship with for
Right.
years. They've been
Right.
a part of Renatus for years, and then one of these leaders retreats or whatever, I'll get the chance to sit with them or talk with them and have like a conversation. It's so much more than a conversation, though.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like you really get to like know and love those people and have like it's a deep bond. It's a true blue like friendship that you've got.
Yeah.
And so
and now you have that foundation that you can build on over time. So even though you've known this individual for years,
Yeah.
you've now gone to a new level of closeness.
Yes.
And because of that, you're going to be able to work even more effectively with them moving forward.
exactly.
And that's I got to
And
admit.
I can literally think of like that happens multiple times at every single one of
yes.
these. I could tell you what happened in Cabo. There
Yep.
was a few of them. I could tell you in Kenya. I could tell you in this one.
Yeah.
Any of them before Cancun.
That in my opinion, the trainings weren't. You know what? We're not at the leaders retreat yet. Hang on. Let's we'll come back to that in just a second. Sorry, I got right there with you, man. I was like, yes. All right, so we got the 10-day challenge coming up, and right after. So that starts tomorrow, starting next Tuesday at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
We have I can't say the very first. It's not the very first. How do I say this? The next. It's the next.
It's the next. Is it number 10? Or is it? I think it's the 10th. The 10th one. The 10th.
Is it the 10th?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm going to have to go back.
We'll go look.
It's like the 9th or the 10th. But this is the next iteration of the 10-day challenge.
Yeah.
And I can honestly think of no better way to kick off the 5-star winner circle than with the 10-day challenge.
Oh, absolutely. And I was thinking regional season because I was like, man, work the 10-day challenge and then pump all of those people into regionals.
Yes.
Oh man, you're gonna have
dude. That's the 1-2 punch right there, right?
It is. That's what I was thinking.
You're gonna get them. You're gonna get them in the ring. You're gonna get them softened up by going through the 10-day challenge. You're gonna go through and give them, the PBR, the PZM. You're gonna do the follow-ups. You're gonna have your upline helping you with all of that.
Yep.
And then you're gonna bring them to the regional where they're gonna meet Bob Snyder. They're gonna meet Sky Rowe. They're gonna meet Nancy Rowe. They're gonna meet, Woody's gonna be there.
Woody's gonna be at all of them.
There's gonna be a bunch of pack members at every single one of these.
They're all going.
And they are just going to get...
Yeah, regionals and nationals are one of my... I would say those two are the top two all-time favorite closers for me.
Yes.
Now, I don't mean that as in, I would get people who would, I think I'm going to do this, and they become an ICM, and they might buy their essentials or something, but they're dipping their toe in still, and they're not I'm going to see if this thing works before I really do it or whatever, right?
Right.
And then I get them to regionals, or I get them to nationals, and they're buying their combo after. And so, best place to fully close somebody is.
And this is the time. These events are the best example that I can think of when you can literally watch the business go from somebody's head to their heart.
That's what happens.
You watch that inspiration take over. Their excitement level goes through the roof.
And their belief and their understanding of what Renatus is goes through the roof. And so they're like, okay, yeah, I'm in, man. I was reserved. I wasn't sure, but now I know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it's like I could think of so many examples of people who were unsure, came to one of these events, and then just they were all in. Bobby T is one who always comes to mind, talking about the national conference and how his attendance at the national conference is what truly propelled him to take the step to
come up with the money,
go all in.
To go all in. Absolutely. There's a whole bunch. There's a whole bunch of stories.
But the 10-day challenge, that starts next week. And let's do this. Let's actually queue up our next video because we have another video to play for the 10-day challenge. So, Andrew, hit that video.
This is the 10-day challenge, the Renatus Spartan 10-day challenge. Now, what is a 10-day challenge? Well, the 10-day challenge is your opportunity to really go out there and crank your business up. This is the first day of a new beginning for you and your business. If you're here, it's because you have a desire to take your business to the next level. You give me your all for 10 days, you get to become a Renatus Spartan. And at the end of those 10 days, your business will transform. If your business needs a restart, this is the opportunity to do it.
This is the opportunity to do it.
Absolutely.
Love that.
Yeah, and put them into regionals after that.
Oh, yeah. So the good news is tomorrow we're going to release the video, the promotional video talking about the 5-star winner circle. So we'll put that out so you guys can not only enjoy it, but then share it with others, inspire your teams with it, really motivate people to get engaged. The 5-star winner circle, we'll put that out next week as well, that video, so that you can use that to, again, inspire your people, get them in. I can tell you this, and we saw when we introduced the very first 10-day challenge, we saw an instant result around the community of people producing results. And a lot of people that hadn't been producing much results before that, all of a sudden, because they took the 10-day challenge as a real opportunity, started producing real results in their business and started being able to they increased their belief in themselves and thereby were able to continue to create additional results.
And I just also think they were doing it. Like, it's just they're
Right.
doing money-making activities, and
Right.
as just a byproduct, sales went in because of activity, you know.
Yes.
And so we want to see, like maybe they were afraid to make those first phone calls or call that person or
Right.
something, and the 10-day just emboldened them to do it.
Yeah, just give them that confidence, the support. They knew that they had an entire community of like-minded people who were standing at the ready to help them if they needed help.
Yeah. Let alone
Yeah.
they're all going through it themselves.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So here's the clarion call for all ICMs. One, get in the 10-day challenge.
Yep.
If you want to take your business to the next level, get into the 10-day challenge. The second one is make sure that every single ICM that you know joins you.
Yep. Agreed.
Boom. All right. So we've talked about 5-star winner circle. We've talked about regionals, or not regionals. Regionals is the next thing we're going to talk about really quickly. When do regionals get started?
The end of September. So I believe the
Yep.
30th of September
Yes.
to October 1st.
Yes, and that is in
That's
Denver.
Denver.
Yep.
Yep.
Following Denver, we take a week off, but then we're in D.C. the 14th, 15th of October. We then have Chicago the 21st, 22nd of October. Florida, or let's see, that's
SoFlo, as they say.
SoFlo. What's the city? I should
Oh.
know this.
I don't know.
I know this.
See-
I don't know what the city is.
Anyway, we got SoFlo. So we got Southern Florida, and then
Yeah.
we've got Salt Lake behind that,
Yep.
and Phoenix is going to be the tail end of our regional season.
Yeah.
And like we've already pointed out, the power of regionals cannot be overstated. Getting your prospects, getting those people that are truly interested in what Renatus does and who we are, or somebody who wants to know more about who we are, you cannot find a better place to put them than in regionals, where they're going to be in an audience with Bob Snyder, the founder of Renatus, the CEO, the guy, the visionary whom we all follow. That is the place to be putting your prospects, because if they're truly interested in what Renatus does, they will gain every confidence when they hear Bob speak and they feel of his authenticity and see the moral character of the man and how it is that he leads and guides the company. They will just get on board.
I agree. They'll buy their epics.
By their epics. I'm not going to make any guarantee there, but
Well, no guarantee there, but they're the head to the heart, man, and then they
Yep.
get to work.
Yep.
They get to work. That's just it. It's not even just purchasing. It's the fact that they'll actually get to work and start doing those things and learning and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If ICMs tend to start really I see so much come from the regionals. I love it. Like I see sales go up for everybody. I see all sorts of stuff, and so I get
Yeah.
really excited around this time of year because everybody makes money.
Yep.
That's cool.
Yes, it is. So speaking of making money, I had an experience when I was down at the Leaders Retreat where I was sitting in one of the small group trainings with Mr. Michael Huggins and a select number of ICMs who were all there with us. And I had a realization. I asked the group, I said, how many of you, when you are marketing Renatus, can talk about how much money you've made in real estate? And nobody raised their hand. And I said, okay, we've got a problem. I said, in your marketing, you can absolutely talk about how much money you've made in real estate.
Yeah.
And you need to include a disclaimer to ensure that people are not somehow lulled into this sense of thinking they can just go out there and replicate exactly what you've done.
Well, and in that disclaimer, it just needs to be known that it's not like, hey, I just bought this house and then I flipped it and I made $100,000. It can't be, you know what I mean? Like you need to at least, it needs to people need to anybody on the receiving end of that ad or discussion needs to know that there was work involved,
Right.
that you had to go through your classes. They just need to know more of the story. It's
Right.
It's not like it was just, oh, it was easy. I made $100,000 just like that, and it was no big deal, right?
Right.
Like it's not like that, and so don't make it look like that. You
Right.
know, that's all it is.
Just represent yourself honestly
Exactly.
and make sure that you are just letting them know everything that went into the deal.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't, we love to ask the question, how many years did it take you to become an overnight success?
Right.
They need to understand that there's a lot of work that goes into every transaction, even if it's not during, but even before,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
I got to learn all the ins and outs. I got to know what every tool is in the toolbox so that by the time I get to this deal, I'm armed and ready.
Yes. Yep. So if I'm telling somebody, oh, I, made $100,000 on this real estate transaction, I'm going to go back and tell them, well, I went through all this education and, we were
Right.
able to find it and fund it. And I
Right.
learned how to do all those things, but
Right.
it's not, that doesn't mean that you are just going to purchase education and bam, be able to go do that. So.
Right. It's people just need to understand the level of work that goes into every single deal.
Yep.
That doesn't somehow mean that you cannot talk about the success that you created in the deal.
Exactly.
You absolutely can. Now, if
The full story needs to be told. I guess. That's
Exactly.
really what it is. That's all it is.
Exactly.
If you take nothing from this conversation, just remember the full story needs to be told. That's
Right.
it.
Right.
But you can talk about it.
And I tell you what, it makes it so much more believable in my experience when you tell the whole story. When
Oh,
you tell
I
about the
agree.
problems that you run into in the middle of a property, people go, oh.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
And then you're like, and this is how I solved that problem.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh.
Yeah. Yeah. oh,
Okay.
totally.
We've run into all sorts of issues in the different houses that we flipped and our rentals. And I've got stories that make people laugh. And, I go on and on about it. But I love giving people that realistic perspective so that they know that, yeah, it's hard and it's worth it.
Yeah. Yep. Totally. So.
Yeah.
'Kay.
All right. So now back to the Leaders Retreat.
Yes.
I want to bring out our guest for this podcast.
Yes.
And I'm super excited that she has found the time to be with us. And in speaking of those opportunities to have quiet conversations with people in these moments at these different events, I had an opportunity to sit down with Miss Tamara Book at our Leaders Retreat that we just came back from in Costa Rica.
Yeah.
And I was just reminded of her sincerity, reminded of why it is that she is one of our pit team members.
Yep.
And that was by spending this time with her. And I really loved the conversation because she was so just genuine and open, and we were able to build on that foundation together so that it's just awesome. I'm super excited to have you here. So thank you for joining us, Miss Tamara Book.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm so excited to be here. You guys got me clear?
Yep. We've got you. You're
Loud
on.
and clear. So
All
so
right,
tell
awesome.
us just a little bit. You have been on the pit team now for how long?
Well, since 2019.
2019. So
So-
you're going on 3 years then.
Yeah, wow. Time flies when you're having fun.
Nice. So what did it take to get on the pit team? And I'm not necessarily talking about, the what's the word I'm looking for? The quantifiable qualifications. I'm talking more about what changes have you seen in your life and business that have prepared you for the pit team, and where are you going now that you're on the pit team? Where are you headed?
Sure. Well, I can say it's been a consistent amount of effort working on myself. That has been probably the number one thing, is just personal development. I didn't realize how much I had to grow until I started with Renatus, in order for me to not only take my life to the next level, but my business goals to the next level. Everything has all evolved around me investing into myself and growing as a person. And then in Renatus, the next biggest thing is just giving back and serving the community, right? So whether that's running live meetings, whether that's meeting with an ICM or a guest one-on-one, helping other people grow their business, just finding ways to giving back to the community and then partaking in the community, right? So going to leadership retreat. I mean, I can't stress enough, and I say this, I feel like a broken record sometimes to my team, go to leadership, go to regionals, go to nationals. I mean, I was kind of an event junkie, before I got to pit, and I still am. Now I just, I guess I just built a reputation for myself because I go to all the events. But I guess in a nutshell, that's what it took, is giving back, investing into myself, and then just being part of the community and playing full out.
That's awesome. I love hearing how you felt like it was it was a personal progress, right? That you invested in yourself, and that's what was able to help you propel yourself forward, even in your business. And then by investing back in the community, that is what has really qualified you to be where you are on the pit team. So now that you're on pit and you've been here for a little while, where are you headed? What is the pit team qualifying you for next?
Sure. Well, of course, the ultimate goal is to be on pack, right? And to really get that time with Bob, and to really get that time with giving back to the community. And I would say 100% the biggest thing I need to do is work more on myself. So, whether it's my skill set or whatever that is, so I can get to the next level,
Yeah.
which is being on pack.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. I love that because I felt that in my own life, that anytime that I'm hitting a roadblock, it's through personal reflection, it's through improving on myself that I'm able to overcome or go through that roadblock, right? The obstacle is the way.
That's right. That's right. What kind of personal development have you gone through? I know we had talked a little bit, like you got a coach and you've got some stuff that you were working with Ron, diet and everything, right?
Yeah, and I would say, and I apologize, I have another meeting, but I would say being coached by other people. Most recently, Ron has made one of the biggest impacts in my life that I've had for a lot of different reasons. But there's been a lot of people along the way that a lot of them I met through Renatas that have played a big part in that. But I would say 100% coaching, getting coached by people that are, in a place where you want to ultimately be, or where you're going, who have a better skill set than you, is 110% the way to do it, right? And Ron has made a huge impact in my life. And I think it's, I'm just starting to figure out how much of an impact. So I think there's a lot that's going to roll out because of that in the future.
That's awesome. And I apologize. I know we got started a little bit late today. I appreciate you being here. How much time do you still have with us? What time do you need to leave?
Another 10 minutes.
Okay. All right. Perfect. So I would love to hear your perspective on the Leaders Retreat. You talked about, make sure that you're attending these events. Tell me a little bit about this past Leaders Retreat, just coming back from Costa Rica. What did it mean to you? What are some of those conversations that you had that you felt like are going to propel you forward?
Oh man, I don't even know where to start. This past leadership retreat was so amazing for so many different reasons. I have missed live in-person events and seeing people so much, and just having that time with people was part of it. But then, like Matt was saying, it's really those one-on-one conversations that, we're busy every day. We jump on webinars. We used to go to live events all the time, and we see people a lot, right? But, one of the things, at Nationals is amazing because we get good training. But, at Nationals, we're here, there, and everywhere. And it's like we're just, kind of passing each other, right? We don't have a lot of one-on-one time. We do and we don't, not really, because we always have such a tight schedule. But at Leadership Retreat, you get to sit down, you get that personal time with people. And it's so critical. I had conversations with Woody, I had conversations with Bob, Jay, Matt, we all had these conversations. And, it's really where you get to know people and build relationships with people. I have to say, the leadership retreats are some of my favorite events that we do. I love all of our events, but I specifically love our leadership retreats. And, this goes way back. I've never, except for when I couldn't get my passport because of COVID, I've never missed a leadership retreat. And they have constantly impacted my Renatas business. And it's part of the, I've spent time with the Huggins before, they were the Huggins. I've gotten to spend time with, Nate, a lot of people that have really have huge impacts on my business. And that's all transpired at the leadership retreat. And that there was nothing different about this one, except for the fact I just love being there so much more this year. So they continue to have huge impacts, and just the fact that, I have to say, since I've been on PIT, I'm so grateful because I'm so grateful for the time I've gotten to spend with Bob, the PAC members, but, I've really gotten to know some of our leaders on a different level too. And, I get to see, Bob, just how genuine he is and how much he cares. Like I was amazed, I'm very observant of people. I'm just amazed that he takes the time and spends it with people. Like what other CEO does it like the way Bob does it? He makes it so personal. Like, so, I'm so grateful for that. And you really get to see other sides to people at the leadership retreat.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. And I love how you said that. It is business and it is personal to Bob. And he does take that time with every single person to make them feel, just feel appreciated and feel heard and understood by him. So tell me your perspective really quick on the small group trainings and the big group training that we did on Greg and Woody and Bob's presentation. Tell me your thoughts on that.
Well, I would say Greg was phenomenal. He really, for someone who's just new to the community, what a phenomenal training. And Woody, that was one of the best trainings I have to say that I think I've seen Woody do. I kind of forgot how much I liked Woody's trainings, just because he hasn't, I don't know, he hasn't been, as much around, and he just, like, his training was exceptional, and Bob never disappoints, like, the way he presents himself, the presentations he makes, how he speaks, just a great, very admirable leader to have in our community. And I'm sorry, what was the other thing you asked about? The trainings. The small groups.
Yeah.
The small groups were phenomenal. Like, I love our PAC members. They really are they're so driven, they're so dedicated and committed to Renata's and personal people's growth. I sat down with Scott and Nancy for a while, and I got some time with them. They are just so committed. And I love, I always it helps me to kind of figure out where I am when I get to spend some time with them, and where I need to be and what I need to do to get there, especially because the goal is to be a PAC member, right? So, when you get to spend time with some of the PAC members, you just kind of get that perspective.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, and you're in the right place. I mean, you're on the PIT team, which stands for PAC in Training. You have proven that you have not only just earned your spot there, but you continue there, and you are thriving. I can't wait to see you escalate it all the way to PAC member, because, yeah, we need you on the PAC. You're phenomenal.
Agreed. Ditto
Thank
that.
you so much. Thank you. I'm so honored. It's been such a blessing. I mean, I just can't even put into words how special Renata's has been. And the funny thing is, it's really not what I expected in a good way. I came here to make money. I came here to crush it, make money, and be on my way. And what is it, 7 years later, I am, here, doing things that I was not expecting to do. I'm doing speaking, and I'm so grateful for, where it's taken me and where I have the opportunity to go and where I'm going with Renatus.
Yeah. Well, I'm grateful that you're here. I'm grateful for everything that you do, the way you contribute. You serve with your whole heart, and I appreciate you very much. So thank you for being willing to be out here on the J.A.M. Again, I'm sorry that we're late, but I really appreciate you making time for us.
Thank you. So grateful to be here. And
right
thank
on.
you, Jay and Matt. Your dedication is very transparent to the community as well. So it's been a pleasure.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Well, I tell you what, it is people like Tamara who just remind me that it's the people around Renatus that truly make it rock. Her example, her love, her commitment, and she's not the only one. You're going to find other people in Renatus that are committed, that are progressing, that are doing the same level of service and accountability, who are striving to make Renatus even better. So thank you, Tamara, for being with us. Thank you for everybody who's joined us on the line. I want to give a shout out to Mr. Andrew James, who's our line producer, and we will be back next week. Next week with another all-new Renatus J.A.M. Thanks, everybody. Renatus rocks.